Have you ever spent hours cramming facts into your head only to stare at a blank exam paper the very next day? If this happens to you, listen closely. You are not an incapable student. You are simply a normal human being. Putting facts into your head and extracting them out are two completely different actions. Merely reading a textbook does not guarantee you will pass. The ultimate scientifically proven solution to bridge this gap is called the spaced repetition technique. Spaced repetition means systematically recalling a studied subject at very specific time intervals. It is the secret mechanism that allows us to truly grasp study material and lock it in. But why is this so critical? It all comes down to a psychological concept known as the forgetting curve. The forgetting curve demonstrates a harsh reality of human biology. After we acquire new knowledge, it rapidly fades from our memory as the days pass. It simply slips away. However, if you learn a subject on day one and actively force yourself to recall it on day two, your memory is refreshed. The facts are anchored back into your mind. If you recall it again on the third day, your retention spikes again. And more importantly, the rate at which you forget starts to decrease significantly. As the days go by, the sheer amount of information you retain is massively higher when you repeatedly recall it, compared to just reading it once and hoping for the best. Now, take the pressure off yourself. You will never remember 100% of what you study, and that is perfectly fine. Having about 80% to 90% retained near your exam is sufficient. Why? Because completing past papers right before your exam will serve as a high-speed revision session to refresh the remaining details. Forgetting is natural, we just need to manage it. So, how do we practice spaced repetition efficiently? You cannot simply reread your textbook every single day. That is passive, exhausting, and highly ineffective. You need a specific tool to train your brain. The ultimate tool for this is what we call the specialized short note. A specialized short note contains both complete sentences and strategically placed blank spaces. When you review it, you read the sentence and force your brain to mentally recall the missing answer. This exact process is called active recall. You are actively commanding your brain to hunt for the answer. You are building strong neural pathways, linking your knowledge, and working your cognitive muscles. Let's break down exactly how to create your own specialized short notes in a few simple steps. First, take a comfortable amount of material, like half a page or a full section. Read it attentively, then close the book. Imagine someone is sitting directly in front of you and explain the core concepts you just learned out loud to them. This exercise is incredibly powerful. It acts as an instant mirror, showing you exactly which parts you actually understood and where your knowledge is still a bit shaky. By explaining it out loud, you naturally filter out all the unnecessary textbook fluff. You automatically isolate the essence, the absolute most important pinpointed facts. Take this pure essence and convert it into your short note. You can format it with fill in the blanks, which forces your brain to work. You can also use a direct question and answer format or sketch simple diagrams where you have to label the parts from memory. Once you make these short notes for newly learned topics, your review schedule begins. You should review these newly created notes daily. It literally only takes about 5 minutes. Do this daily until you move on to a new section for that subject. But wait, what if you have fallen behind? Trying to review all your old, missed subjects every single day is completely impractical. It will skyrocket your workload and absolutely destroy your motivation. For older, missed subjects, you need a different strategy. We use the 2 times method. This involves multiplying the days between your review sessions. Here's how it works. You review the old material on day 1, then you review it on day 2, then day 4, then day 8, and finally, day 16. Recalling a missed section just a handful of times using this mathematically spaced out method is highly sufficient to move it into your long-term memory. The beauty of this system is that you do not need to be a genius or naturally gifted to use it. It relies on biology, not raw talent. I'm an ordinary person and I use this exact simple technique to crush my high school finals. Now you have a clear scientific blueprint. Stop rereading and start recalling. If this technique gave you a new perspective on studying, make sure to like this video, share it with a friend who needs it, and hit subscribe for more mind health and motivation.